Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know, I'm in a good mood today. Wait though. Okay, I don't know, I'm in a good mood today, but I'm just in a good mood, so let's all be in a good mood. I hope this video puts a smile on your face. You know, see my smile. Are you smiling? So today I want to do something a bit different from what I've done on this channel before. It's not that different because I'm not going to make it that serious because I don't like being too serious. So I'm just going to talking about businesses and how I started my business and what you would need to start your business and advices I can give you on starting your business. Like I said, I'm not going to be too technical about this because that's not why we're here. I did not say fashion, lifestyle, general nonsense, and serious stuff. No, serious stuff wasn't there, you know. So I'm going to try as much as possible to not be that serious because life is already hard. So I don't want to make it, you know, harder. So basically, I'm going to look for a way to make it light and make it interesting and make it fun for you guys. But basically giving you guys advice and things I feel like I wish I did differently and things I'm learning on, because with businesses, you just have to keep on learning every day. You can never know it all. So yeah, what you need to start your business, you know, what you have to have in mind and just all that jazz. So let's just get right into the video. Why is my hair not letting me be great? I have done a lot of businesses, or it might seem like I've not done much, but anytime I sit down, not anytime, because this was the first time I actually sat down to think to myself, what gave me the right to feel like I can sit down here and tell you guys what you need to start a business without like doing a lot of like stuff like different businesses. And I realized that I've actually done, the only thing I've not done is sell human parts. I've actually done a lot of things. Like even the ones I remember, I'm like, I actually did that. There was actually a point in my life I did that. So I just feel like let me list some of them. I don't think I'm remembering everything because trust me, I have done a lot of things. But let me just list some of them that I can remember. So first of all, I have done, let me say the ones you guys already know now. So the fashion business, clothing line, salon. I have a salon, and now I'm doing YouTube, social media, influence now, all of that. I am an influencer. That's your business. I don't join on. I am now an influencer. Whether I've reached there or not, that's your business, basically. I've done food business. I've had a food truck before, and I had that for almost 2 years. I had a food truck. This was when I was done with my master's, because I did part of my master's in New York, and food truck business was so rampant. It was all over the place. If you come out to have lunch, you see food trucks everywhere. I don't know what told me in my head that it will make sense in Nigeria. People are still doing it, but I'm gonna talk to them. It's not working because it's not work for me. Like, Nigeria is not a place for such. Like, it's just long. It's not a place for such, because in New York they have lights. You can charge your stuff. You don't have to worry about gas. You have spaces to park your trucks. But in Nigeria, you have to look where to park your truck. If you park it anyhow, there's still everything inside your truck. Like, it's just not conducive. Then obviously you don't have tax collectors that'll come on the road and tell you pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, pay for that. They'll seize your truck, they'll tow your truck, they'll do this. Like, our environment is just not conducive for food truck businesses. But yeah, I had that for almost 2 years. An entertainment company, God help me. I had an entertainment company where I was doing shows and concerts back in Enugu. I did that. Wow. Call artists, they'll perform and you pay them, and it was wonderful and lovely. I had a record label. God, Jesus. I had a record label. How did that even happen? When did I get to that point? I actually signed an artist. I signed two artists. I don't know where they are now, but forgive me for everything I've done to you because I don't know what I was doing then. Bruh. And I signed 2 artists though. Even bought laptops for them. Like, really investing in them. Trying to shoot music videos, and I was makeup artist at some point, but I think I just did like 2 people's makeup or 3 people, something like that. And I was like, it's not for me. I can't even stand makeup artists on my face. Like, imagine me on someone else's face, like bending my waist. That job is not easy. Makeup artists, people are trying. I won't even lie. Like, I give it to you guys because it's not easy. Working with different skin textures, working with different characters, personalities, like, it's not easy. I tried. I actually got my kit. I did my classmate's wedding. I was her makeup artist for her wedding. I even did like Chika Ike, you know Chika Ike, the Nollywood actress. Chika Ike, the Nollywood actress. I did her makeup at some point. This time she came for a photo shoot and everything, and I had to do her makeup. I'll try and find a picture and insert it. Some people think I'm lying. I did her makeup. I was a makeup artist, professional one. They were paying me. I did some people's makeup here and there, but it just did not last. But I had a phase in my life that I thought I was going to be a makeup artist, and That didn't last so long. Like, I just said, nah, not for me. I did interior designing. I didn't do it. I was about to, like, I was really at that point where I created my portfolio, created my price list and everything. I had the first job actually, but they never got back to me, and that was the end of it. They never got back to me, but honestly, I didn't take it seriously. I didn't push it. Like, I feel like I might still do it later on in the future, but at that moment when I was doing it, I really was not ready, to be honest. I was not ready, but I got my first job. I went there. They gave me, they paid me for the consultation, got the consultation fee, talked them through everything I was going to do and all of that. By the time I gave them my price, they didn't get back to me, because I'm not going to do nonsense for you, so you have to get ready to pay, you know. When I'm ready to do it, I think I'll do it well, but for now, I don't like piling up things in my head at the same time, or have a lot of things I'm doing. It's just stress me out. But yeah, I did that. I have my portfolio and everything. I created everything, did it all up, but I just never used it. So yeah, I think I dabbled into that as well. What else did I do? I'm not sure that's really it. But yeah, that's it for now. So that's to show you I've been in the music business. I've been in the food business. I am in the fashion business, beauty business. That is my salon, makeup. What other industry do you want to mention that I've not been in? So I have the right to sit down here and talk to you guys about starting a business basically in Nigeria. So listen to me, please. Listen to me. I know what I'm saying. For someone that failed in almost all of them. So first of all, what I'll say is that it depends on what you're doing. Do you want to do a large scale or do you want to do a small scale? Large scale means obviously more investments. You're going to pay rent, you're going to get a space, you're going to pay workers, you're going to pay salary, you're going to have more expenses, you're going to have more expenses, and you're going to have more cost of production and all of that. Or do you want to do a small scale? Maybe you're working from home, you don't really have that much staff, you're just doing everything at home. That can be like maybe you're baking, a baker, maybe you're just baking cakes for events, you're doing it from your house. Large scale can be like having, like how I have my clothing line, like you have a store, you're paying rent, you're paying tailors, you're paying for production, all of that. So it can be depending on whatever it is you want to do. So, but I'm going to talk about generally whether it's large scale or whether it's small scale. These are the things I feel like you should have in mind when you're starting a business in Nigeria. The first thing I'm going to say is get ready with your capital and your running costs. The mistake we usually make, or the mistake most people make, is that they just try and get the money for their capital first, or just get only their capital, and they forget the fact that they're going to run a lot of costs. Like you're going to spend more money. Like your capital is basically, maybe for example, if you're going to rent a place, you're going to pay for your rent. If you're going, let me use my business for example. So pay for your rent. It's advisable to, if you have enough money to pay rent for more than a year, so at least you won't feel pressure to pay rent immediately, because you're not going to make that money, I promise you. Nah. So if you have enough money to pay for like at least 2 years, you pay 2 years rent. You'd pay for your tailors, sewing machines, all the machines you're going to use to sew. You obviously pay for furnishing the place up, putting like the rails, putting like furniture, making it look nice, decoration, all of that, you know, pay for hangers. Obviously going to invest in a lot of fabrics. Like especially if you're doing ready to wear, you're going to invest in a lot of fabric, because you're going to buy them in bulk. You won't just be buying 1 yard, 2 yards, like 50 yards, 80 yards. Like you're going to be buying fabrics here and there. That is money. So when I say invest, like bring out your capital and bring out your running costs. So that is your capital. But you can't just say, oh, let me assume, oh, rent is 1M. You pay rent 2 years, that's 2M. You buy machines and all those things, do your interior, maybe everything will take you like under 2M, for example. And you now say, oh, everything I'm going to do is 4M. I pity you. As you're bringing out that 4M for your capital, bring out under like 4M for your running expenses. Because what I'm saying is that by the time you start, your business is not going to make you money to pay your salary. No, it doesn't work that way. The business is not going to make you enough to start paying your salary just like that. You're going to go through the phase of advertising, pushing, marketing, promotion, and you'll be paying the salary as you're doing all those things. So bring out money one side and say, okay, this is money for paying salary, so they can stay with you, so they won't leave you. You know, you have to bring out money for paying the tailors for what they are making to even display, to even launch. You know, you have to sell the clothes first now, but before you sell the clothes, you have to pay the tailors for sewing what they made, right? So that's the running expense that keeps on coming up. There's fuel, there's light, there's water, whatever business it is, there are always things that keep on coming up. Then even if you get, like, you invest money in buying fabrics, you can't invest all the money in buying accessories. So your accessories depend on what you're making. So you have to get zips, you have to get buttons, you have to get velcros, you have to get hook and eyes. Like, there's so many things that will keep on coming up. Mesh, lining, like a lot of things that will just be like, I didn't think of this, I didn't think of that. Obviously, you're not going to invest in marketing, which is advertising. It can be paying a model to do your pictures for you, or paying someone for your social media handling. Like, you need your running costs. So don't ever think that once you get money for your investment, that is it, or for your capital. Don't ever think that once you get your capital, that's all you need to get. Get ready to bring out another running cost for at least a year or even more to just sustain that business, because if not, you're gonna be playing yourself. Number two, I feel like it's very important to have other sources of income. I don't know if it's possible for everyone, but I always preach, don't ever have only one source of income. Have other things that bring you money, but especially if you want to start a business. Businesses is going to stress you out. Like, it will shock you. I don't think you should go into business thinking you're going to blow tomorrow. It's not going to happen. No, unless you won the lottery. It is not going to happen. So it's very important that if you want to start a business, please, if it's possible, to have something that is putting food in your mouth, like your everyday survival. Have it, because that way, that would keep you longer in business, because you would get frustrated when you realize that I've been doing this business for how many months now, I'm not making my money, I'm just spending money, and you're not making money, and you feel like you're a failure. Like, you're not a failure, it's just the process, it's just what it is. Like, you need time to make your money back before you can even start enjoying your profits. And to just get by that time, you just need to have something else making you money. So it's actually advisable. What people say is that maybe if you have a 9-to-5, for example, you can use that your salary to just survive while you start your business as a side hustle. When your business now grows to a point where you feel like it needs you every time, you can now quit your 9-to-5. Do you understand? So I think it's very important to have it in mind that businesses do not just become a success overnight. Like, it takes time. Like, especially if your business is going to last for a long time, or you want it to last for a long time, you just have to be patient to understand that, see, it's going to take time. You're going to spend more money than you bargained for, and you're going to take time before you actually start reaping the benefits. So just have something else, have a backup plan, because if not, you're gonna go hungry. You're gonna be hungry. You're going to wonder where your money went to, and people will think you're irresponsible, you know, but it's just what it is. Number three of what I advise people is to give yourself goals monthly, like, and be realistic with your goals. So tell yourself, maybe every month, maybe you start your business and you told, depending on your scale of your business. So, well, let me just assume, okay, you tell yourself every month, I want to earn 200,000 from my business. So when you start, you give yourself the goal of 200,000 every month. That's your goal. As you're growing, you tell yourself, okay, 500,000, oh, okay, 700,000, oh, okay, 1 million. That way, you're always on check with yourself. You're always like, oh, this month did not go well. And that way, you have to step up for next month to go well. That is the only way. But if you just relax and just say, anyhow, money is coming, it's okay, you will not grow. You will just be there. You won't push yourself. When you know that there's a goal you're targeting, like, you need to get this amount of money, you have no choice but to put your resources in to push your business and just say, you know what, I have to meet my goal. You have to be disciplined enough to say, I have to meet my goal. Do not run this business just relaxing and saying, no. Set your goal, and you're going to set your goal based on how much you're spending on your expenses and how much you're investing weekly or monthly. You say, okay, after investing all of this is how much I plan to get from this, and make sure you stick to that. That doesn't mean you will always stick to that. Sometimes you might get under it, or you can even get above. But it's just to keep yourself on track and just say, okay, I didn't do well this month. What can I do to make it better? Where did I fall short? Like, what cost it? Was it that I didn't market well? Was it that my things were too expensive? Do I need to go on sale? You know, things like that, to just tell yourself, okay, what can I do next? Or can I reduce my cost of production? You know, so it's very important to give yourself goals, like set goals for your business and try and reach the goals so you can keep on increasing your goals. I would have even said this first, but it's very important to do what you love. I know, yes, we sit down and we're very fond of, once you hear, this thing is making money, or people are making money from this thing, you just go and do it. But I don't feel like everything is for everybody. If it's not something you enjoy doing, or you feel like it's just not you, like you don't know how to do it, it's not in you. Some people cannot be influencers. Some people cannot put themselves out there. Some people are socially awkward. Some people don't like being around people. So it's very important to just know it doesn't work for you. It's not everything they say, this is what is raining now, no, this is where money is, you can't put your head in, because you won't last. You just will not last. So it's very, very important to do what you actually enjoy doing, so that when you're going through that phase of not making money from it, or when you feel like it's taking time to actually yield something, or your growth is very slow, you would continue doing it because you enjoy doing it. Like, you actually enjoy doing it, and nothing is going to stop you from doing it. So that when you continue doing it and you get to a point where you eventually blow, you won't feel like you wasted all this time, because you were actually enjoying doing what you're doing. But if you do something you don't enjoy, it's obvious, you won't even last. You will just say, this thing they told me about making money, I'm not seeing the money, off I go, then on to the next one. So I think it's very important to make sure that whatever you're doing is something, life is too short to waste your time doing something you don't like doing. If you enjoy doing that thing, number one, it even make you more creative because you see yourself genuinely going out there and doing your research and looking for ways to be better or make things better, like the service you're providing or whatever it is you're doing. You want to just make your craft better, like make sure you're perfect in whatever it is you're doing. But if you don't care about what you're doing or you don't like it, it will show in your work because you'll just be very all over the place about the whole thing. Everything will just be stressful to you. You just feel like you're doing too much. It's not for me, you know, that kind of thing. So if you're going to invest money doing something, and especially something that involves you as a person, like akalaka, like being an influencer, for example, or selling clothes or designing clothes or being like a makeup artist or things like that, that it doesn't necessarily involve you employing people to do, because there's some things like that where you can just employ someone to do for you and you just pay them and wonderful. But if it's something involving you and your creativity, I feel like it's very important to make sure you're doing what you love so that you provide quality and at the same time you can remain consistent and just do it for a long time. Because I mean, that's the whole point. Doing something, staying consistent and doing it for a long time. Another thing I'm going to advise you is to be smart enough to understand when something doesn't work for you, which kind of relates to the last point I just talked about. What I mean by this is that you might think you like something, or you might think you know how to do this thing, or you do well with this business you want to start. But it is very important to not waste time when you realize it is not working for you. Like I told you guys, that's why I started this video with listing things I've done in the past before. Like with the makeup artist stuff, people are making money doing makeup artists. Like I said, doing makeup artists, doing makeup. Like people are making mad money. I know of them, no doubt. But I tried it. And that's the good thing I like about myself. I'm going to try it though. I tried it. I bought the kit and everything. But it was just not for me. And I realized it. I recognized it. I was like, it's just not for me. I won't be forcing myself and saying, I must do this so we die here. No, it's very important to understand that it is just not working for you. Stop investing more money. Stop doing it. I had my food truck business, like I told you guys. It was doing well the first year. When I entered the second year, I just realized it was not for me. Number one, with the food truck business, you don't have an office. You can't say, okay, I have an office where I'm going to every day. And with my food truck business, I was doing it more in the nighttime because during the daytime and morning time, when we would go out, we were getting a lot of disturbance from tax collectors. That time they even told the truck and said that we should come and pay them 1 million for them to release the truck. I was like, 1 million naira from where? I don't understand. So they were really disturbing us. We could not park. They tell us, pay for this, pay for that, pay for that. So we just said, you know what, no more selling in the daytime. Let us now work like nighttime. Even nighttime as well. You're worried about our target market was now people going to the clubs, people going out at night, you know, to come and eat and everything. Me as a lady, I can't go out there and stay there all night because we're closing around like 4 a.m. or so. I can't be there. So I wasn't necessarily involved in the business. I had a manager and everything, but I was not involved in the business. So obviously the business is going to run down. Like if you don't have proper management or if you're not even involved in whatever it is you're doing, they're going to run down your business for you. They'll start doing things the way they want to do it. Do you understand? So I wasn't really involved and I just knew it wasn't working for me. It wasn't a place where I was like, okay, it felt safe for me to go sit down, watch what they're doing, check it out. It was not working for me. But I'm sure there's someone out there that's running it successfully and they're doing it well. But for me, for my kind of person, it just was not working for me. It's a good business if you do it well, for sure. I advise that. But I can always go into the food business if I wanted to, but I just would not have a food truck, for example. That would maybe have a proper restaurant or maybe cater events or whatever it is, but I just would not have a food truck because the food truck itself did not work for me. And I accepted. I was like, do you know what? No more. In fact, after that food truck business, when I said to go and look for 9-to-5 job, I was like, you know what? Let me just actually try this 9-to-5 job and see if it's for me. After that, I did my 9-to-5, and then I realized that 9-to-5 was not for me. I came back to Abuja, and I was like, see, let me just continue my fashion. The one I know that I love, I enjoy doing, and I'm going to continue doing this forever because I genuinely enjoy fashion. Like, nobody is forcing me to do this. Like, even if there are weeks that'll come, I don't make the amount of money I want to make. There are weeks that'll come, I'll be like, oh wow, you are really patronizing me this week. But it won't stop me. I'll continue making clothes. I'll continue pushing it, and I'll continue making sure that you must see that I'm selling the clothes. Which brings me to my next point. Be shameless in whatever it is you're doing. I just feel like if you have invested money to start something, not just money, if you have invested your time, if you have told yourself, do you know what, I want to start doing this thing. In your head, don't you want to do it and do it well? Is that not the point, to do it well? So I don't understand why people start something and they're shy or they're shameless while advertising what it is they're doing or pushing what it is they're doing. It's almost like they feel like it's beneath them. Like, why will I be talking about this too much? Like pride, like they're carrying shoulders. I don't get it. I do not understand it. how can I say I want to, even if I say I want to fry akara now today, let me assume like my next business plan is that I want to start frying yam and akara on the streets. You will be shocked the way I'm going to market that akara and yam to you. You will be like, wow, I must try this akara and yam. Because if I have brought myself low or stooped too low, for example, to sell akara, why can't I now continue stooping low to market the akara? Like, what you're doing is not big enough to market. Why are you doing it? Why did you invest in it? It doesn't make sense to me. So do not be shameless while you're marketing whatever it is you're marketing. Me marketing whatever it is I'm marketing has nothing to do with my value. Has absolutely nothing to do with the way I see myself. Because I studied business in school. And to study business in school, you have to understand that if you make a business plan, your point is to achieve your goals. And to achieve your goals, you have to look out to your competitors and see what they're doing and look for ways to make your own better. And to do that, you have to see what they're doing and really make your own better. And to make your own better is by advertising and telling people about your product. That is the only way your product is going to go far. It's just the head and tail of the whole story. I understand if you don't want to be associated with your product or with your business. It happens, no doubt. There's some people that have like clubs, for example, like club owners, but they don't get someone to front it. That one is different. But best believe that that person I'm getting to front that club should better be for example, a Lagos big boy or an Abuja big boy or a Port Harcourt big boy. Like, you must be known because you're going to make money for me. We must push, I will shove it down your throat. Like, anytime you open Instagram, you must see that club. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, do not just be, as in be calm or just relax and be like, I can't be there. Or you say you want to influence, you're not even pushing your page. You're not doing anything. You're not going out there. You're not putting yourself out there. Like, how do you expect to move? How do you expect to grow? I don't, like, why exactly are you even, like, why do you have shame? What's the shame about? Who's going to beat you? Do you know what we don't understand is that everybody loves a good success story. I promise you, when you start doing whatever it is you're doing, you're going to appear irresponsible. You're going to appear like you're unserious. You're going to appear like, what's this person doing? People want to not even associate with you. They'll even insult you. They'll laugh at you. It's normal. But once you blow, once they see that, this person that was being stupid, this person that was just being childish, doing all these things she was doing, she has actually become successful. People are not taking her seriously. People that don't know her are not taking her seriously. People actually love this person. They will start associating with you. They will not be like, no, that's my friend now. No, she does. You don't know. No, my friend, you know her now. I know that my friend now since school. She does, yeah. I went to see her the other day. Let me even call her. Is this Ziggy? Let me even call Ziggy. You don't know. I know Ziggy. All these things. You don't call. When you started, they were laughing at Ziggy. When you blow, they'll be like, it's not Ziggy. They won't call you to come and now influence for them, and they want it free. They want to do it for them for free. They don't want to pay you because they don't feel like you deserve it. Life is just funny. So my dears, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that be shameless in whatever it is you're doing. Because when you eventually do good in whatever it is you're doing, those people that you're worried about, they will laugh at you, or they'll insult you, or they'll feel like you're whatever it is you're thinking of. They would want to associate with you. They want to, some of them will be too, they'll have too much pride to even make it obvious. They won't even want to reach out or anything, but they'll be using to brag to other people. But they won't come to you. Like, let not be as safe, you know, that kind of thing. But they'll go to her and be like, I've known her since. It's not, since school days. No, she has been, nothing serious. I saw her the other day. It's a lie. So my dears, please be shameless. Push your business, push your market. You know what you're doing it for. You know what your goal is. Nobody's going to tell you what to do and what not to do. As you're achieving your goals, you're moving forward. Nobody will come to your house and beat you, you know. It's your money you're trying to make. It's your business you're trying to promote. You didn't kill anybody. So I don't see any reason why you're stopping yourself from promoting it or pushing it. Why are we here? The next thing I want to talk about is that you're definitely going to fail at some point in your business. And I don't mean fail like you should stop while you fail. I'm saying you're going to fail at some point. You're going to get to a point where you're going to be beating yourself up. You're going to be like, why did I even start this thing? Who sent me to do this thing? Why am I doing this thing? Like, you would have days where you cry, you have days where you want to quit, where you want to stop everything you're doing, where you said, you know what, just sell up everything. I want to go back to my 9 to 5. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm putting this point here because it's very important to, if you stick to the other points I gave you guys, which was doing what you actually enjoy doing, having a backup plan, and understanding that you're not going to blow overnight. If you get to that point where you're going to fail, you will pass it. That it will pass. You see that it's going to pass. You're definitely going to go through that. I don't know any person that started a business that did not go through that, because you would get to a point where maybe you told yourself, I've made this amount of money, I'm going to invest it in this, and by so and so time I'll make all my money back. You're even still making plans with the money you're going to make, and you get to that point and you didn't make it. You will just be so angry, you feel so disappointed, you feel so embarrassed, you'll be like, God, after everything, people will laugh at me if I close down now. Why am I doing this to myself? Da, 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 da. Yes, there's some points where you realize it's not working for you. There's a difference between knowing that it's not working for you, this is not my business, this is not my calling, and knowing that it's just a phase in this business that is just meant to happen. The only thing you can just do is continue. Like, don't be scared of failing. Don't be scared of feeling like I want to quit. It's all part of it. We've all gone through it. We've all been through it. Like, you just have to say, do you know what is working and what is not working? Like I said, I went through that phase with when I was doing bespoke, for example. I had nights where I'll be crying. They'll be spoiling customers' clothes. People will be complaining. Oh, this one, that one. Tailors will be doing this and that. I'm just like, why did I, who sent me to start this? Like, why am I even doing this? Like, why am I doing this to myself? You see yourself questioning a lot of things. But I just feel like it's very important to tell yourself, do you know what? If this bespoke is not working for me, stop bespoke and do what is working for you. Do you understand? So look at your business, look at everything, your model and all, and say, do you know what? This part is not working, let me remove it. Let me focus on this part and reduce my stress, you know? And that's exactly what I did. But I didn't stop the business in general. And it has been working well for me. It has been perfect. Do you understand? That doesn't mean I'm not having my issues with my ready-to-wear, because there'll always be issues with anything you're doing. But that way you've told yourself the truth. You've said, you know what, this is not working for me. I don't see myself lasting doing this. Let me just focus on this and do it well. Do you understand? So you're going to fail. You're going to have moments like that, but it's very important to just see it as a lesson, learn from it, and say, do you know what, let me stop this, or let me make it better, let me reduce this, let me do that, you reinvent yourself. It's important to keep on reinventing yourself and your business every year, or as much as you can. Surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing. Like, it's perfect, because you can have friends that genuinely mean well, but maybe when you tell them about your business ideas or what you plan to do, they might discourage you, or not because they want to discourage you, but because they don't understand what you're talking about. It does not make sense to them. You're speaking gibberish. So they'll make comments or they'll say things because they genuinely do not understand. So it's very important that when you want to start something, meet people that are doing the same thing, because that way your conversations will align, like, to make sense, because you understand where I'm coming from. So that way they build you up, you do better, you learn from them, they'll learn from you, because I don't believe it's how long you've been in something that means you know more. Someone can start something and know more than you. Do you understand? So it's not about just learning from them. They can learn from you as well, because you're bringing like a fresh eye, a fresh look to that same industry or to that same business. So yes, surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing. Try and meet people, go for events, meet people, link up with them, chat them up, like talk to them, meet up and all of that. And that's the only way I feel like you keep on doing better in whatever it is you're doing, because you're meeting people that are doing the same thing. Don't just stay in your bubble of your family and your friends and think that, oh, they're not encouraging me, they're not pushing me, so let me stop doing it, or let me not do it well. Or when you're starting a business, you're starting your business for your family, hoping that they'll be the ones that will be patronizing you, and they don't patronize you, you feel like your business is a failure. It doesn't make sense. You don't do your business, or you don't start your business hoping that your family and friends will patronize you. That's like the beginning of the problem. Like, no, when you start your business, do it for people that don't know you. They're the ones that will genuinely want to support you and patronize you. Then obviously, if your parents and your friends want to, wonderful, they should do that, but don't do it solely for them too, because they know you and they cannot be bothered. They'll be like, especially when they know that you're all right. No, I can't. They'll be like, she'll be all right, Sha. They don't understand that I've invested money in this business. They'll see you as you. I'm like, I'm not all right. Buy my stuff, invest in my stuff, you know, come and patronize me. So yeah, it's very important to surround yourself with like-minded. Last but definitely not the least, and I always say this every time on my Instagram and even in real life, I always tell people, celebrate your small wins. Like, no matter how little, so long as you're growing. When there'll be a problem is when you're stagnant, like you're not moving. The year will pass you by, nothing is moving. The money you're making is not even increasing by 1 naira. You know, for example, if you're trying to get following on Instagram or online generally, and you're not even getting any followers or anything, like, that's a different problem. But if you're getting little growth like this, or big growth, or whatever it is, but you're moving from point A to point B constantly, celebrate your small wins. Like, pat yourself on the back and be like, do you know what? I've come a long way. Like, drink to it, go out, be happy, bake yourself a cake. Whatever it is you want to do, celebrate it, appreciate it, because that would motivate you to do more. When you know that, I actually got to this point, that means I can get to this point. So, for example, if you set your goal to say, oh, I'll make 1 million this month, and you made 1 million or you made 1.2, you say, I made this kind of money. Celebrate though, celebrate it. So that way you'll be happy and you'll be looking forward to the next one. Stop beating yourself up. Stop saying things like, it's not my mates that are making this one. why am I even, it's not my mates that, do you understand? Like how every day I'm begging people to subscribe, let me be monetized. I won't now come tomorrow, for example, maybe I was in 400 followers and next week I'm now in 500 followers because I'm seeing my mates. Maybe, for example, someone joined Instagram or someone joined YouTube and in one person was monetized because I'm seeing them. When I now increase from 400 500 followers, I'll now sit down and be like, it's not my mates that monetized in 1 week. Why am I talking? Let me not talking too much. Best believe if I increase from 400 to 450, I'm gonna post about it. Best believe I'm going to celebrate my small wins. It's very important to do that. Motivate yourself to do better, you know, very important. So yeah, thank you guys so much for this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I said, I'm not trying to be technical in this video. I just want you guys to understand that these are things I thought about and it's definitely helping me now moving forward. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.